Hi everyone, and welcome to my presentation about my internship that I had this semester with the CCU football team, specifically the recruitment department. The way I got this position, an email was sent out to several students, and myself included, and they were just asking for help for the football team in recruitment. And I thought it was a really cool opportunity to kind of get involved with the team on campus and kind of get my feet wet in the field. So I responded and said I was interested with my resume and some of my qualifications, stuff like that. About a week later, I got an interview. About a week after the interview, they gave me a call back, and it was about April last semester actually when they called me back, and I started working, and it rolled into this semester and has been working really well for this internship. So taking a look at the agency a little bit. So what we do with this agency, a lot of what we do when talking to the recruits is through the Ball to Beach account, and this is the recruitment account that we have on Twitter. And so this is where we get a lot of the communication with them, and we get to talk to them a little bit about coming to campus, and we send graphics, and we get to see what they're doing on social media, which I'll talk about in a little bit. And then when we're looking for what we're looking out of a player on the field, we use Huddle. And if anybody's used Huddle before, it's basically just a highlight app. So we have a company page or a company account that we use, and it's a way that we can see how they are on the field as a player. And that's kind of what we're looking for, see if they fit into our system and stuff like that. And then, so one of my main responsibilities is a social media report. So we want to see how they are on the field, but we also kind of want to get an idea as to what kind of person they are off the field as well. And so looking into this is where this comes into play. So you can see on the screen, on the left, we have their name and the school they go to, a little bit of information about them, as well as a hyperlink to their Twitter account, and then a box for questionable content, which I'll get to in a second, and then the notes that I took about the social media report that day. So when I click on the link, it sends me to their Twitter account. And on the Twitter account, I basically look for everything that they posted for the last week. And so this is a weekly thing that we do. And so I'm looking for questionable content. Now that could be anything from posting videos or tweets with profanity in them, curse words, anything like that, to bigger things such as drugs or violence, guns that they're posting on social media. And this is a way for us to understand kind of who they are on and off the field, because we want to get an all-around judge of the player before they come to campus. And then, so if there is any questionable content, I take note of it, and I write it in the box on the far right. Another thing we look for is to see if they're interacting with any other colleges or us as well. So I'll take, if they get an offer and they tweet about it, I'll write that down. If they say something about us or they retweet us, I'll take note of that as well. So we want to see kind of what they're doing with other schools as well as us, so we get a gauge as to kind of who they are and what their interests are. So moving on Thursdays, I send graphics. And so in the middle, this is the graphics chart that we have, and on this chart, we have their name and some information about them as well, their Twitter account again. And so it looks a little bit different when we're actually sending the graphics out, but this is basically what it looks like. And so once I send the graphic, basically what I do, I click on the link and I send them the graphic via direct message, and with a little caption. And then on the right and left, you can see two examples of the graphics that we show or that we send them. This one, for example, these two were sent to one of our commits. His name's Sean Brown. He's been committed to us for a while now, and so these are all personalized. They're for each individual person. The list is about 300 plus players long, so there's a lot that we have to go through. My advisor or my supervisor will send them to me, and then I send them out individually through the Ball to Beach account. So again, that's just an idea as to how much we use this account. This is, we use it every day. And it's a really great way to communicate. I also work game days, and so any of the home games that I work with the mostly unofficial visits. So these can be big groups of people. The biggest one we had this year was, I think, about 75 recruits and their families, so overall about 300 people. And so when they get to campus, we show them around a bit. We might do facility tours. We have them talk to coaches. They talk to us a little bit, get an idea about the program and sort of what we're about, because we want to make sure that they know what we're about before giving them an offer or before they come to campus. We want to make sure they understand what we're about, so they can get a full view as to who they're committing to when they come to us. So the big learning experiences that I've taken out of this whole internship is communication. We need to be able to communicate with the team that we have. The big thing that we have is group meetings every single week to go over a big itinerary about everything that's going on that week, all of our responsibilities. We need to be able to communicate with each other, communicate with coaches, so they know where to be and they know what we're up to, who they should be talking to, what players are most important to talk to during each weekend, everything like that. And then also communicating with the players themselves and their families, because we need to be able to communicate with them what we're about and what they should be looking for, or what they're looking for. We need to be able to understand and listen to them, and we need to be able to communicate to them what we're about. and that's a really big learning experience that I've had throughout all of this, is being able to communicate effectively with different people. And overall, in the future, I can really see this being a very effective way for me to take this into a future career, because I really have enjoyed this, and I want to work further in it. Hopefully with a bigger school in the future after I leave Coastal, and work with a bigger program, and hopefully take this to a job, maybe even in professional sports. So those are the big parts about this internship, and I really hope you guys enjoyed, and thank you very much for listening.